Money made, money made, money made all day. You know, right here, the light million.
The stars in boxing makes absurd amount of money while the UFC stars do not. And this happens because of the way each sport is structured. So in the case of boxing, the fighters are independent companies coming together to match for the event. They are the ones who made the event, thus they have no one to answer to. They made the event, thus they deserve the majority of the money. While in the MMA, the UFC is essentially the league, while the fighters are simply just employees or players within the league. So they are inclined to only as much money as the UFC wants to give them, and the UFC is going to take the majority of the money that was made in that event. Here is a perfect description from John St. Pierre, a UFC fighter and one of the greatest of all time.
Look at the UFC, for example. Look at UFC, the way they promote the event. UFC is like the Vaseline of petrol jelly.
Right. or the
People don't
Q-tip.
say, hey, I watch mixed martial art. They say, I watch UFC.
Right.
So the way they promote it, it's UFC 226, this guy versus this guy on the bottom, but they promote the UFC. They don't promote the fighter, they promote mostly the brand, and it's very smart because that they have the monopoly over the others, right?
Right.
Which in boxing, they build up their fighter because the money is on the fighter. It's not on the IBF title, or yes, it's IBF title, but it's
People don't care.
Canelo versus Mayweather.
Right.
And then on the bottom, you know for what they're fighting for.
Right,
Which
right.
in UFC is the opposite.